Hey there folks, Kozzi here, drafting for Pick 1 Pack 1, smashing it out with our Rakano aggro deck, which seems to work fine so long as we draw somewhere between 4 and 5 power. Any more than that and we fall flat on our face. We have no card draw in the deck whatsoever. We don't have much sources of even virtual card advantage through combat tricks or whatnot. And so we really are beholden on just drawing out a nice curve and making the most of the 7 cards we have. Whilst I was talking about the risks of flooding out, this is not the solution to it. So we'll get something new and hope that we just get a reasonable hand. The Rakano Stranger made that okay. And we have a very nice turn 3 in fact, where we can Rakano Stranger into the Sword of Icaria, allowing us to play the Armor Smith for free, which should allow us to kill 2 things with our Sword of Icaria and have a pair of bears on the table. So this should be sweet. Hopefully they give us something to kill. Actually, if they don't, that's fine too. We'll attack first to suss out if there's any tricks. It doesn't look as though there are any that matter. And now I suspect that my opponent is in serious trouble because there's not a lot of things that they can cast for 3 that's going to survive an attack from a Sword of Icaria. They probably need to get... what's the 2/2 that gives +3 health to 2 target creatures? That seems like they have a trick of some description. It's probably either the Silence guy or the Wasp. I am more than okay with that. And at the moment, okay, Cuddle Troll has seen the writing on the wall. That was a phenomenal start. And yeah, probably would have played out the Auric Sentry, I think, because I just want to get my clock on as fast as possible, and knowing that I only really have combat tricks rather than equipment, it would have been better for me than the Renegade Valkyrie. But yeah, let's keep punching on. Hopefully we can get a few more draws like that and not have to add grey hairs to my chin. Like some of the previous matches that have been. They've been intense. If you want to see a really intense one, go and check out the film. I think I called it Filmed Midrange. It was the draft series about 2 ago. Game 2 in that one. Oh man, Game 2. That was... that aged me. That one certainly did. In fairness though, it's a lot more fun than getting screwed or getting flooded or vice versa for your opponent. It was actually the kind of game of Limited that we wake up in the morning to play. But sometimes I like my amazing arm wrestles of Limited to be just that little bit less stressful and that little bit less on a knife edge. Kind of the difference between going to see a Hollywood movie and actually finding yourself in a genuine action scenario. That slight level of distance turns what is otherwise a threat into entertainment. Alrighty, worthy opponent, let's see what you've got. This hand is expensive but includes a great card, and I can't do anything on turns 2 and 3, and because I'm on the play I don't like that at all. So I think I'm going to throw this back, although traditionally I'm happy with 4 power hands in Limited. I do have a lot of 3 drops. Auric Runehammer is going to definitely get some kind of value unless they have an established board. Then I just kill something, they attack, destroy it, then I play my Hero Fire. I think we need to send it back. I just don't think it's going to get down remotely fast enough. This hand has me nervous until I draw an extra sigil, but it's much better. It's much better. I have early pressure of my own, and then so long as I can get green, we're in the money. It looks like our opponent might have timed out, which is going to be a shame. Don't really want to win that way. Yeah, now all of a sudden this hand's become fantastic. Especially with a curve of Emerald Acolyte into Auric Runehammer. That's just bona fide disgusting. It's a bit of a shame we're not going to be able to see it in play because it looks as though my opponent has disconnected. So, rather than being a worthy opponent, we found ourselves an absentee opponent. And we've had 2 very cheap wins in a row. Let's try and make this interesting and have a proper match to go into the money. Of course, the minute I say that, I'm going to be in real trouble and wish I could have a nice easy one. We're on the draw again. We can't keep this hand. Not enough power. And this is way too expensive, but this is a very powerful combination. So if we can survive long enough, and if our opponent has no removal whatsoever, which the fact that they're in shadow makes me less optimistic, then we could have a really interesting turn 4 and 5. Okay, drawing an extra creature, which is nice. They've had a relatively anemic start. If they don't have a good 3-drop here, I'll be very happy. I'll be very happy. What trick have you got? Torch. That's a good tempo advantage for him, but I'm also happy getting out of their hand because it gives my Valkyrie a chance of surviving now. I think what I most want to do is slow down their clock. I want to turn that Illuminator into something that I don't care about. It backfires if they have a sacrifice effect, and then the torch is available to use on the Avenger rather than my Valkyrie. And so I'd rather hide the Valkyrie because that's going to be my endgame. And so I definitely want to save this chakram for my flying units. Because I just want to leave this as a stupid 1-1 for as long as I possibly can. Yep, respect attacking in with that. And really, the only thing that's going to make my life particularly difficult now is going to be a Steward of the Past. I think we gear up the Chakram on the Avenger, play the drones so I have a chump blockers for 2 turns, and start smashing face. Assuming that they'll either have removal for this, and when they do, I can then drop my Valkyrie and really cause problems in the air. Or they won't have removal and they'll be dead in 5 turns. That makes me think they have removal. Just want to cause as much mischief as I can in the air. We'll take these. We'll block the 5/5. We'll do 3 damage, putting him on 10. Happy to take 3 damage here. That does not bother me one iota. That bothers me a little bit. This is good news. And I really don't care that I lose my sword here. I just want to put them on the 2-turn clock. If they have another plague, I'm in trouble. Otherwise, I feel reasonably comfortable. Then I can chakra them up and attack for 8, and they're dead. No, I'm not blocking those. No way am I blocking those for a second. Sweet. 0-1 Renegade Valkyrie for the win. That was a good deck. They had a pair of those torch chicks. That could have been a real problem. Have I played too many matches? How many have I done? That's 6. So no, this is the end of the video. I just don't normally go 5-1. It's been so long since I've breathed, there you go. Since I breathed the rarefied air of platinum chests. And Jesus, is it a relief. I'm happy at that. Alrighty, folks, see how we finish up. I look forward to seeing you guys in just one moment. I've been Kozzi, drafting with this Rakano aggro deck for pack 1, pick 1. Have a good one.